that you open our understanding again. Help us to see at a different level of light this morning. Thank you for every session. Thank you for especially the sessions yesterday. The level of light that we saw, we want to say we're grateful. Grateful. Day one, and especially yesterday. Thank you for the light you will show us today. Lord, we are open. We ask that you will continue to lead us, even in this truth, that will get to the point of establishment. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right. It is very important to remind ourselves of a few things. Number one, what does Daddy consider to be dishonor? What's the teaching focus this morning, Mama Imma? Honor is transgenerational, not the blessing. Everything about honor, the blessing, the instructions, is transgenerational. I might start by showing us up front. I thought I would teach before I bring these examples, but I want us to look at the fact that Daddy reciprocates honor, and he does not just reciprocate it with you. He expects our seed to also do what? Walk before him honorably, so they can enjoy the seat of honor that we have sown. When you look at the Abrahamic lineage, you will see clearly that these people were people of honor. Something is clicking in my spirit, and it looks like honor and faith goes together. Honor honors daddy, yes, and faith honors daddy. What are some of the things daddy considers honor? Number one, serving him faithfully, serving him truthfully. Him, that's a key word. Serving him truthfully, serving him honestly, which we will call priesthood. He wants a holy priesthood. He wants a righteous priesthood, which is possible. A lot of people are serving God like this. I mean, in this our dispensation. Jesus, the pattern man, that's how he served daddy. We can serve him honorably. Number two that we've seen so far that daddy considers honor. We literally dug this out of Malachi yesterday. Is marriage, is the family. You know, I was asking myself, where is Papa Eli's wife? Hmm. Where is that mommy? Where did she go? How did her sons get like this? Where? A wise woman builds her home. Eh? Eli had two sons. Then he had a wife. There was a mother in that family. But do you realize we don't know her name? That is, let me put my therapy hat on now. At least this is not the Bible. It definitely means the marriage was challenged, because one of the disadvantages of irresponsible parents or marriage is vagabonds. My said it nicely. No, it's not nice. One of the reasons why we need to marry and marry correct and stay married is for our children. We saw from Malachi that one of the ways you honor the Lord, what he considers honor, is when you treat your spouse with respect, when you truly love the man you married and you love the woman you married, you truly respect and honor the woman you married, and you honor and respect the man you married. Can I tell us the truth? I don't care who you married. They have flaws. They are human beings. Hmm? How you treat that person that is with many flaws and mistake, that he consider it honor to him. Eish. If we close, this is enough. Honor to him is how you treat the person you're married to. We also saw that honor to daddy is when we are generous. We give freely. You give information freely. You give your services freely. You give kindness freely. You are generous. Generosity as a child of the kingdom, as a kingdom citizen, daddy considers it honor. It makes sense because in the book of Proverbs, you see, if you are stingy, you bring shame to your God. I say, you see, if you mock the poor, you're mocking your maker. I say, my maker, how did he get in here? Now it makes spirit. Generosity is how you show daddy, not even the people you're generous with. You show daddy honor. The next we saw things that make daddy feel, receive, things when we do, daddy receive as honor to him. Hmm? Is what? Covenant practices. When you eat your tithe, you might think you're eating tithe. Daddy looks at it and say, this one is very dishonoring to me. When you give your offerings, tithes and your offerings, meaning money now, daddy sees it as what? Honoring him. We brought in the example of Apostle Paul yesterday. When he was persecuting the church, he thought he was persecuting the church. He never knew he was persecuting Jesus. In Malachi, they said it. The altar of the Lord. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Why were they doing that? Because they thought that the altar of the Lord is one wooden stick, one place. Like in your church, you go and give offering. Some people call it throw offering. You go and throw offering. Hey, throw. Right. Please don't throw your offering on. Offering is too important to be thrown. Covenant givings to daddy is honorable, is worship. The last thing that I talked about yesterday when it comes to things that honor daddy is a mind that is set. Honor starts in the mind. Write it down. Honor starts in the mind. And for it to start in the mind, it means that you know, you have known, you have been educated about honor, meaning honor demands knowledge. You've been educated, you know it, you have gained understanding of honor, and then you set your mind. We have gained it, then we set our minds to do. That mind that is set, but that is honor. I'm telling you, he said, you priests have not even put it in your mind to honor me. I'm like, what? He said, that by itself is dishonor. And to him, honor is when he looks at your mind is set to do what? Honor him. That by itself, for that is honor. I know you heard that. What are some of the things that he considers dishonor? Number one, serving him anyhow. That's what this generation think they can do, eh? Serving daddy anyhow. It's dishonoring to him. Number two, marital unfaithfulness. You treat your spouse anyhow, and you might think you're treating the human being, but God is watching. He's watching, watching. Number two, your words. You just say anything. Those people, especially in the book of Malachi, you just said anything they like. That is so merciful. Hey, she responds. He still responded. A few things I want us to take with us this morning, now that we know what honors and what dishonors daddy. Honor is a lifestyle, it's not an event. As we exit the fast today, getting ready to live a life of honor like we've never done, this entire, the remaining part of this month of May into June and the rest of our life, I should say. Remember that honor is not an event. Learning about it is so we can do. It is important to remember that honor is what? Not an event, it's a lifestyle. It's something we do every day, we do daily. I said it and I want to repeat it that examine your life. We are required to honor, but there are people you cannot honor. I don't care what you do. What do you do? Disconnect. Because if you dishonor anybody, you will reap that seed. Our relationships, please write this down. We will go through honor test. Write it. Honor test. Test. Checking if you are an honorable person. Daddy does that in all of us our lives. Things will happen that will require that you dishonor somebody that is watching to see if you will or not. Are you listening? I said, honor tests will come to us. He will see if you dishonor the children he has given you by shouting and slapping them with your hands. I hope you know the way you correct your child tells the Lord you're happy or not. When we went for my son's graduation, I saw this woman. I thought I was the only one that does this thing. I thought it was weird, but I really like it. If I'm buying anything that I truly, truly like, I buy two. For me, I'm Miss Royalty. And for me, it's a form of worship. Lord, I ask you for this girl child you gave me. At least I have one. Some of you are like, hey, mommy, we should be matching. No, mommy has 5 girls. She can't do that. Mommy has 3. Even 2 could be heavy. So most of the time, if you meet us out, me and Miss Rotty were wearing the same thing. So I met this woman also in Oklahoma, and she was wearing the same with her daughter. And they're like, oh, you all are matching. I said, yes. I say, I only have one girl, and this is the way I worship the Lord. She said, I only have one girl as well. I say, oh, so let's give God thanks that we at least have one, right? What am I saying? There are things you do that the Lord look at it and say, this one values me. The way we treat our children, the way we treat people around us, will tell the Lord if we're grateful for those children or not. It will show him if we are worshiping him for being parent or we are regretting our figure 0. See, you're the reason why I'm now size 7. It's not true. It's your overeating and not resting. Leave that child alone. I just helped a child this morning. Mm. No, it's indiscipline. It's not the child. Even when you have emotional outbursts and you cannot control yourself as a parent or as a spouse, 80%, I promise you, is your personal responsibility. It's not the other person. No, I'll say it again. Every time you lashes, you outburst on anybody, it is not the person, it's you. And the report card is that you need help with self-control. How do you know that, Mama Imma? If policeman was in front of you when you wanted to slap that child, when you wanted to yell at your husband, when you wanted to scream as a pastor over your congregation, will you scream over the policeman? So why is this selective emotional outburst? Why? It's because one, you think that person you're shouting on does not deserve honor. They are not a victim because they come to your church as a pastor. Mhm. The man has become a victim because he married you, or the wife has now become a victim because she married you. The child has now become a victim because she picked you as a parent. Hi, is that a mistake the child made? Some people even yell on their colleagues. Mercy. You didn't employ them. Why are you yelling at them? They're colleagues. People like that just walk away because you know they have a bigger issue. Honor will be tested, that's for sure. But the question I want us to ask ourselves this morning is, are you honorable? Do you treat people with respect? It doesn't matter their age or their size. When people treat you dishonorably, how do you respond? That's one of the things I want us to look at this morning. How do you respond? We're coming back to it. And let me drop something, then we come back to that. Yesterday morning, we look at what? The transgenerational benefits of honor. How honor has transgenerational benefits. I want to say this openly and very strong. Dishonor also have transgenerational consequences. I want to say this before we go back to the statement I just made because you will understand it better. The family of Lord, LOT, the seed the uncle sold, I think he sold it maybe casually. Did you hear what I just said? Casually. That's what we saw. Dishonor is what? Treating any relationship casually. That's what dishonor is. Casually, not even wickedly, casually. without value or importance. You see how he dishonored Papa Abraham? After raising him, they now come to a point where they have to choose. Papa Abraham said, come and choose. He chose. I had taken some people to a meeting once. And it's like, you like this story. No, you will not like it. They gave me bags of rice. And I brought the bags of rice. I was trying these individuals. I said, okay, you pick. They picked a big bag and they carried it home. And I was just watching. I said, thank you for the information. They carried a big one. There were two different qualities of the size was bigger. The best quality, in my opinion, had a bigger size. And then they gave it to me. They didn't give it to us. I said, come, you all come. Everybody that was with me, I said, pick your own bag. They carried the biggest and the finest. Lord, how can Papa Abraham ask you to pick first and you pick first? You're in danger. You are in danger. I know what you're saying. Why did he ask him to pick anyway? He should just pick. No, there is respect. We saw it yesterday. Honor, another word you can literally exchange it and will fit is respect. Look at how his family ended. Do you like your family to end like that? The Moabites? Thank God root came from there. That's the only thing we can say. That's all. What else are we understanding? You see how Lord's action took his entire family the wrong route. The wrong route. One, 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 one. One act of dishonor, not three. He did not hear. One act of dishonor. One, no. Was it two? No. Because that's where Lot's come tumbling down started. So it's a Jack. It's not Jack or it's not Jack and G. But he came tumbling down. He did. One act of dishonor. He came tumbling down. Before you know it, his daughters are giving him wine. My point is, how can you drink wine to the point where you don't know that you're worshiping? Hey, that's another level. That's another level. Here, we want to know what we do. In the days of ignorance, daddy can forgive and he can let go. But when we consistently, persistently, because when it comes to daddy, what does he look at dishonor? Something he has told us over and over not to do. In this society, in this Lord and Abraham time, what Lord did is not correct. It was not correct. There are some things that we can't even teach because just even looking at them, you don't expect people to do it. True. Mm-hmm. Mm. I must stay out of trouble. I was going to give an example. Who will be tested in unhonorable relationships? When people begin to treat you like you don't matter, when people begin to talk to you like you're trash, especially people you have invested in, do like Papa Abraham. Did you hear what I said? Don't hate them. When they are in trouble and you can go rescue them, go rescue them. But you realize that Papa Abraham never had another relationship with Lord. Did you see it? They didn't. They separated. A lot of us think that when look at it's the same with Hannah and Eli. She still came to Shiloh, but you can tell that she was not his friend. They were not friends. Mhm. We will be tested. What will you do? How will you handle the relationship after the test? Are you going to allow the things people have done to you to make you bitter and mean? Then you start sowing dishonor seeds. Again, like yesterday, remember your children and don't sow dishonor seeds. Remember your children and don't treat your head of department anyhow. Remember your children and your life open doors. Can people just hear your name and say, I think I know that woman. My God, is that Mama Imma from BBI? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's your mom? She's spiritual mom, yes. She come. You have the job. If she train you, means your attitude is good. Is that not true? You should open doors, not close door. As we close, if there's two serious things I want us to do, is to make sure you know the things that honor daddy and the things that dishonor him. And pray and say, Lord, help me to live my life like this. Because if you say you're an honorable person, then you need to know what daddy considers as honor and do it. Because if you're not doing it, you can't tell anybody you're an honorable person. If you're not serving him honestly, with don't say I'm trying now. That's where many people miss it. It's not about trying. Oh. How's your marriage? How's your relationships? How are your relationships? Generosity. Are you stingy or you're open? You're a giving person. Covenant givings. Are you struggling with your covenant giving? Daddy sees it as dishonoring to him. Where's your mind? Is your mind set on doing what he says to do and doing it well? He sees that as an honorable mindset, an honorable person. If you're one of those who serve him anyhow, he sees us as dishonor. You're not faithful to your spouse. Yes, maybe because they did something or said something. Daddy don't see your spouse. He sees you as a dishonorable person. You stood and you say, I do, I do, I do. Somebody said, I did not stand and do. You told the man, even if he's in the bedroom, wherever he proposed, when you say, I do, God saw it. He's too interested in marriage. My God, that he's too interested in marriage. Our words, the things we're saying, it can be dishonoring to him or honorable to him. When you know all of this and you begin to do it, that's one of the things I want us to what live with. The second thing I want us to live with is that honor is transgenerational and dishonor is transgenerational. Watch what you set in motion, as especially as a parent. As younger ones listening to me, you can start your life on a foundation of honor and you'll never regret it. Mhm. Take your time to know these things and make up your mind you're living an honorable life, regardless of those. It baffled me. You know that these Abrahamic children and Lord's children are cousins. You didn't know they're cousins. Some of you, the reason why you want to go to hell is because your cousins walk naked, so you want to wear naked clothes like them. God forbid. Hmm? Because your cousins, they don't know better. You should be the light. You want to dim your light and follow them. They were cousins. But look at how this lineage, till tomorrow we know the names. Abraham, Isaac, Moses, all of them. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph. Okay. How many of Lord's generation do you know? Hmm? Are you seeing that righteousness forever exalt? It will put you on the map. You amplify your life. You take your destiny forward. Hmm. Forever, oh, not temporarily. They were cousins. So why is it that one lineage is strong and we know them, we see their impact, but the other is not? Examine your own life, examine your own family. If you see that there are traces of dishonor that you've inherited, you as an individual, in this fast, you can decide. Especially if you're a parent, you can decide and say, I'm going to start to build a new legacy. I'm going to start to be a new foundation. I'm going to start to put something in place that my entire generation will benefit from. Hmm? You can. It's a choice. Papa Abraham started. He didn't continue what his dad did. His dad was a great man, but he made up his mind. You can make up your mind and say, until I leave this world, I'm only going to sow seeds of righteousness. because I want my great grandchildren to arise and say, Grandma was the best. They never met you physically, but they can meet you in what? Their parents. Your parents will be talking about you all the time. My mom said, my dad said, my uncle said, my auntie said. Because you can set that legacy for your biological children and for your cousins and your nephews. Yes, you can. The only reason Lot was alive to the point of escaping Sodom and Gomorrah was why? Was Papa Abraham. He did his best. Are we understanding? This fast is not a time for entertainment. That's why the amens are very, very hard to come because it's a cleaning time. I love cleaning time with daddy because by the time you get clean, you're good to go. Meaning so much is on the way. June is going to be one of our best months yet. You can tell. But that's for those who choose to clean up, for those who choose to start serving Him with honor, with respect, those who start choosing to live in their marriages as worship unto Him, those who divorce stinginess, those who let go of anti covenant practices, those who set their mind on, I'm serving God with my life all the days of my life. These are the people. Because Daddy does what? He reciprocates honor. And he does it from generation to generation.